Hello everyone, welcome to my brand new wilderness farm. I've decided to start a new series playing on this field layout as it's the one I have not yet done and want to see what it's all about. I'm not sure what the advantages and disadvantages of this layout are. I'm really not even familiar with the layout of this farm. I just know that it is bigger than the river farm, whatever that one's called, and the monsters appear at night, which actually sounds more annoying than beneficial in any way, shape, or form. So zooming out to take a look at the overall layout of the farm, this is what it looks like. There is a pretty large pond right in the center which takes up a lot of room, and this cliff juts in on the left side, also taking up room, and then there's water in the bottom left, so definitely not the biggest farm out there, but probably right in the middle for how much farming space there actually is. And I'm going to start by doing what I normally do at this point and cut 50 wood to make my very first chest. It's only noon and I've already got the 50 wood and made a chest and put all my crap in it already. This is always recommended at the start of the game. As you can see, I have very little backpack space and now I have much more because everything is in my chest. At this point, I'm not even going to bother to plant anything. That includes those parsnips you get for free at the start of the game. I'm just going to wander around, do a bunch of foraging for now, because I think the main goal of this farm is going to be to upgrade my combat skill to see the monsters appear stronger and stronger. I believe they scale with your combat level, so the sooner I get leveled up, the more interesting monsters we will hopefully find on my farm. And I can't actually go to the mines for a few days, so I'm going to just do a bunch of foraging and get a bunch of items that can be used for energy to assist my mining once I can do it. And yes, I will plant crops at some point. I just don't want to do it yet because I really don't feel like watering anything right now, and the parsnips at the start of the game aren't worth a lot of money anyway, so I'm just not really going to waste my time. I think my goal for this is going to be to plant as few things as possible until I can make the sprinklers. Obviously I need to grow some crops to upgrade my farming skill to be able to make those sprinklers, so I'm going to work towards that, but I'm not going to plant anything more than I have to. And I'm probably not even going to bother with the parsnips right now because they're just so inefficient. They aren't worth a lot of money, they aren't worth a lot of experience, and they still take the same amount of time to water, so they're not going to do anything. My foraging loop is done. I got what you see here, a few things I can sell for value. The rest I'm going to keep for energy. Energy is simply going to be the most valuable thing to me as I do my mining and upgrade my combat skill. With the rest of this day, I'm going to use up the rest of my energy simply cutting down trees because that actually gives you foraging experience. And if I upgrade my foraging skill, I will find a lot more items worth energy which will assist my mining and combat. 7:30 p.m. and I'm now suddenly being attacked by bats. So that is the one difference so far of the wilderness farm. I don't have a sword or anything to fight them with, so I'm just going to hit them with my scythe until they die. And the 3 bat wings they gave me, I'm going to sell those for a little bit of extra money. And that concludes the first day. Pretty simple. Thanks to what I collected and the trees I've cut down, foraging leveled up. Not a big deal so far, but every little bit helps. Here's the money I made today. Not very much obviously, but that's okay, it starts slowly. Today is pretty much going to be the same thing. I'm simply going to focus on foraging. I'm going to run around the entire map, grab everything I can, and with what time I have left, simply cut down trees until I pass out. One thing I am actually going to do today is buy a few seeds. I've just bought 11 cauliflower. I went with cauliflower because it's actually the least amount of watering that gets you the most money and most experience for what it is. 11 of them isn't so bad, and that should hopefully start to upgrade my farming skill towards the sprinklers that I want. This is what the cauliflower looks like, all seeded up. One of the downsides of it, however, is that it takes quite a while to grow, and before your farming skill is leveled up, you can't make any scarecrows, so these are going to sit and be vulnerable to the crows for those 12-13 days, whatever they take, so that's a bit of a gamble on my part. Since it's after 1 p.m. and I've done my foraging route, I'm simply going to chop wood for the rest of the day once again. 4 p.m. I'm out of energy, I've chopped a bunch of trees, so I'm going to bed. Conveniently today it's raining, so I don't even have to water my cauliflower seeds. I'm simply going to do my foraging route and then chop trees again. Definitely not a great day foraging today. That's alright, just after 12 p.m. so once again just going to chop wood until I run out of energy and call it a day. I believe it's only 2 more days before I can start mining. Already my foraging is leveled up one more time. Basically just means better axe proficiency, so that's something. Still not great, but it's headed in the right direction. It is a sunny 4th of spring, so that means I actually have to water my huge crop. Now that that's over with, same drill as the last few days. Day 4 is over, I believe I can go mining tomorrow. First things first though, gotta water these stupid plants. And we'll get a good early start at mining today. Still only 6:40 AM and I'm taking pretty much every forageable good I've found so far because I want to get as deep down as quick as I can. A nice early start, 8 AM and floor 1. And also I've dumped all my other tools back in my chest. I'm only bringing my pick and now my sword that I received upon arriving at the mine. That way I have more room for all the crap I find because my backpack is still very small. That is going to be one of my first upgrades, is the backpack for 2,000 gold as soon as I have the money for it. So as I make my way down into the mines, I am going to stop of course to kill everything I find along the way for that combat experience. The things in these lower floors obviously don't give much, but it all helps. I've hit my first elevator by 1:50 PM. Not too bad progress so far. I've still got some items I can use for energy, so I should be able to get another easy 5, hopefully 10 levels down. Here is level 10 at 7:20 PM. I am going to keep pushing forward at this point. Normally I wouldn't, but seeing as I'm trying to upgrade my mining and combat skills anyway, it's not going to be the end of the world if I don't hit my next elevator by the time I pass out. I'm currently on floor 13 and it turns out that it's a dark floor somehow. I don't think I've ever hit any floors that are this dark, this low in the mines, so I'm not sure if that's just a coincidence or if that's something to do with the current farm layout I'm on. So just at midnight I've hit floor 15 and I'm going to run back to the farm at this point because I'm pretty much out of time. That is really good progress so far, 15 levels on the very first day. I've already upgraded a few of my skills. We'll look at those when I get the notification overnight. And tomorrow try and do pretty much the same thing. I see a slime has spawned on my farm because my combat skill is upgraded. And I don't really have time to kill him because it's already 1 AM. So after that first day, mining's hit level 1, combat has hit level 1. That's it for my skills. That's still good progress. On to the next day to do it all again. Again this morning, gotta water these 100 cauliflower. And then I'm gonna do a little bit of foraging in the forest to the south to hopefully find some more spring onions and then straight back to the mine. It's definitely worth it to do a little bit of foraging at this time because I run out of energy before I run out of time in the mines, so energy is what I'm after. There were lots of spring onions today, so I've got lots of energy I can use, so hopefully I can get another 15 levels. Starting at 9:10 AM today, floor 15. Really hoping I find a better sword sooner than later. I've been lucky the last few times I've played, I found the forest sword on very low floors, so if that could happen this time, that would be just great. Even if I get one of those heavy, stupid, slow clubs, that would be okay. The faster I kill things, the happier I am. It took me all the way till 3:40 to hit floor 20 because I was getting swarmed by so many bugs that I was really having to take a lot of time to get through each and every floor. So hopefully the next 5 go a lot faster. That's realistically as far down as I'm gonna get today. And I've just hit a floor that is overrun with monsters. This is both good and bad. Obviously it's good for the combat experience, but it's probably going to be a very slow floor. 8 o'clock. That's how long it took me to complete that floor and kill everything on it, and I used up a bunch of items because I lost so much health because there were so many monsters there. Again, I'm not sure if that's just by chance or if that's a correlation of the wilderness farm. I've never seen that many enemies on a single floor, not even close. Okay, just after 10, I've hit floor 25 and I've had enough of the mines. I'm just getting swarmed by monsters constantly, so I'm pretty sure that has to do with the fact that I'm playing on the wilderness farm. On the bright side, I did find the wood club, which does 9 to 16 damage as compared to that sword, which does 4 to 8. So now the monsters will die a little bit quicker. I was going to sell my surplus weapons to the Adventurers Guild, but as it turns out I haven't killed 10 slimes yet somehow. I've just killed a lot of the flying bugs apparently. I only need to kill 3 more slimes, so that's easy. There's probably 3 of them on my farm right now, so I'm going to take a quick look to see if they're there, and if they are, I will kill them. So I find on my farm, I believe what is called the Wilderness Golem, which is that guy there. I walked right into him, he kind of blends in. I believe that is exclusive to the Wilderness farm. Just dropped a few weeds when I killed him and didn't put up much of a fight, so far nothing too exciting. And I've just made my first furnace, that way I can start smelting some of my ore because I'm going to upgrade my pick as soon as I can to try and speed up this process a little bit. Mining has already leveled up again. I can now make the staircase, which is one of my very favorite items in the entire game. Combat has leveled up. I can now make life elixir. I never bothered to make any of those things. Maybe on this run I will decide to give those a try. They're probably actually quite helpful. So the life elixirs are actually very helpful, 200 energy and 80 health, but given the ingredients it takes to make them, I don't know if that's actually worth it. It takes all those mushrooms, and by the time you gather all those, I just don't think it's worth the effort. Again, same routine today, just gonna run down, grab some of these spring onions and whatever else I find along the way, and then straight back to the mines for another frustrating day of killing monsters. Definitely lots to find in the forest this morning. As you can see, I found all sorts of items for all sorts of energy, so that's going to help me out. I would be just thrilled if I could get another 10 levels today, and I would be even happier if it wasn't as frustrating as yesterday. And yes, I'm taking the long way to the mines today because I'm looking for more forageable goods. Unfortunately, there weren't any to find anyway, so that was actually just a waste of time. 11 AM, floor 25, here we go again. I've hit floor 30 already, and strangely enough, there is no treasure chest here for me today. Not sure why that is. Anyways, not going to complain, I'm making good times, so I'm going to try and keep this momentum going. 8 PM and I've hit floor 40 already, so I'm making very good time all of a sudden. I think I'm even going to go for floor 45, given what I'm seeing here. And there's floor 45 by 9:20, so those last 5 floors took me about an hour in-game. That's probably a personal record. That's probably close to the real record. I thought I could get lucky and get down another 5 floors to 50, but I'm running out of time, so I'm going to abandon that plan now and head back to my farm and do my usual nightly stuff. Hopefully I can get to bed very quickly before 1 AM and therefore don't get the energy penalty. The sunny 8th of spring today, and I still haven't lost any of my precious crop to the crows, so I'm doing really lucky in that regard too. But I think that's going to be it for this video. Just wanted to get it started to see what I was going to do with this farm, get some idea of how to play it. I think what this one is likely going to turn into is basically how fast can I make it to sprinklers, and at this rate it's not going to take very long, and I'll probably start growing crops from there and continue upgrading my combat skill and mining and all that. We'll see where it goes anyway. I'll just keep kind of winging it like I am. So on that note, let me know what you think of this one. Any ideas of how I should play it are always appreciated. I will be continuing my other series too, the Completionist Farm, but I will be doing that one a little more sporadically from now on. Every few days to once a week probably, sort of thing, depending on what other crazy ideas I come up with in the meantime. So yeah, hope you like this one. Thanks for watching.